This is the Bosch Aquatak 1200 Plus. It's a power wash here, delivers 110 bar, maximum 120 bar working pressure. This is the equipment that comes with it. You've got the gun, 3 high pressure attachments, a brush and a chemical dispenser. I've had this machine for 5 years now. It's still on the market. It's a fabulous power washer. I've used it many times. First of all, you've got to connect the water to the machine. That just uses a normal hose connection. Then the gun itself screws on. One important thing to note is not to turn the machine on until you've actually got water through it. I'll show you why in a second. I'll put one of the high pressure nozzles on, which is just a bayonet fitting. It snaps on very easily. And then I'll turn the water on at the tap. Right, that's the water turned on. Bleed the water through the gun. So you're sure you're getting water through the machine. And then you can put the power on and you'll hear the motor kick in and take the machine up to pressure. It's a pressure switch that turns the motor on and off, which is a really useful feature. It's quite quiet. It's a typical Bosch, very well engineered. Right then, to demonstrate some of the heads. This is the one that I use the most. It's just a straight lance, but it goes from a fan to a jet, if I show you that. That's the fan. The fan is pretty good for covering larger areas. Obviously, if you turn it to a jet, it's very concentrated. So predominantly I use it on the fan. It's not so aggressive. Pretty good for cleaning things like slabs. This is my favourite head. It's a rotary head, so when the jet comes out, it spins round in a circle. And again, that's good for covering a lot of surface area. That head is very aggressive. It's an aggressive head. It's very good at removing really ingrained ground. This third head is one where you can actually adjust the nozzle. So you can have it going in all different directions. It's not particularly good at cleaning things like slabs, but for awkward areas where it's difficult to reach things, it does prove very useful. The brush itself, that I think is a complete waste of time. Why anybody would want to have those on the end of a power jet, I don't know. The power jet doesn't do anything. You might as well just have it attached to a hose, but I dare say some people would use it for cleaning their cars. And last but not least is the chemical dispenser. I've just got some detergent in this at the moment. This is a really good way, very effective, of course in large areas with whichever chemical you want to use to clean. So the machine itself, I think, is brilliant. I think it's a typical Bosch machine. I love the way it feels and the way it operates. But there are 1 or 2 points that I think need to be made. The first thing is the length of the hose for the gun. It's nowhere near long enough. There's nowhere near enough length on the hose for doing large areas. If you look at this area that I'm going to be doing today, right, it's just not adequate at all. The same goes with the power cord. It's nowhere near long enough. After I'd used it the first time, the first thing I did was buy a hose extension, and that actually transforms the machine considerably. It makes it far more versatile. So with the extension hose connected, you can see the reach that you've got now on the lance, and believe you me, until you actually get the extension, you're constantly moving the machine around when you're cleaning. And when you're moving it around, you've got like cables, extension reels and all sorts to deal with, hoses. It's much easier having a longer reach. If you want to use any of these carts or accessories, right, you've got to actually get an adapter for the Bosch machine. I can't remember how much they are, they're about £5 or something like that for the adapter. They come in supplied by Bosch. So how does it perform? Right, this is a normal nozzle, the one that's got the spray and the fan. So very easy to control, quite effective, although it does take a long while to clean the patio that way. But you can see, right, that it is very effective at what it does. I'll just put it on the jet so you can see how ineffectual the jet is, because you don't get enough area. The jet is obviously much more aggressive, but you need to be careful with your cement between the stones, and it also takes way longer to do, so I wouldn't suggest using the jet to clean the patio. What I will do though is show you the rotary head, which I think is absolutely brilliant for cleaning the slabs, and it's that quick to actually change the nozzles. Right, but if you watch this, you can move it further away or closer to get a bigger surface area. About there's right, if you look, very quick. Very quick at cleaning the slabs. Very aggressive, and because the nozzles are moving around all the time, it's not quite as aggressive on the cement between the stones. But I like that rotary head because it does actually get rid of little bits of grass that are growing in the cracks. Very good for the patio. But what I want to show you is actually a patio cleaner, because once you attach a patio cleaner onto one of these things, it absolutely like transforms cleaning the patio. So you can see actually it's way quicker. It doesn't do quite as good a job as it does when you've just got the nozzle on, but it does a good enough job, and it really does speed up the process. I can't recommend these patio cleaners enough. So that's it, the Bosch Aquatak 1200 Plus. I think it's a brilliant power washer. The attachments you get for it are fabulous. One or two slight reservations: it could do with a longer hose, and it could do with a longer lead. Other than that, it's a fabulous machine, and I would recommend it to anybody. Thank you very much for watching.